What do you think we switch topics to The Gathering?
There we go.
All right. Uh,
Right on time.
Holy shit. Look at this. It's the Heisenberg of the Juggalo Nation.
Right on time.
What's going on, Panic? What you got there? A milkshake?
Some kind of thing that I didn't need to buy. I don't know, some kind of candy thing. I shouldn't even bought it. That's why you never go shopping when you're high or hungry. You get dumb shit.
We're live on this broadcast, and we're going to talk about The Gathering. We actually just changed topics, and you showed up right at the perfect moment.
Hell yeah. I meant to do that.
I know you did. Yeah, sure. I think we should get into this Gathering conversation. And for those of you who are new to Carnival Spirits, I'm BstMstR. That's Panic, and that's DonChaos. There's a lot of about The Gathering this year, as usual, you know, on clockwork since the infomercial came out. Which, by the way, can we just talk about that Gathering infomercial for a minute? Has everybody seen it?
Yeah.
All right. You know, Chop is at the mercy of the gatekeeper, and you know, I love how every time he has independent thought, old Q-Tip just send him down to hell, give him a taste of the alternative, and know what, you know what I'm saying? Like, the devil, you know, he doesn't even want anything to do with a Juggalo. I love how they've kind of played it out in this scenario where the devil keeps sending Chop back up to heaven, and well, anyways, if you haven't seen the infomercial, check it out. It's fucking funny, and more importantly, it's got the scoop on the lineup at the Gathering. And this year, what can I say? It's an interesting lineup. I mean, the Gathering is in a new location. You know, it's just 4 days. I remember when the Gathering used to be 3 days, and then it grew, and now it's kind of shrunk a little, and it's in a smaller, more intimate setting. We've got Legend Valley, and as far as I can see, the stages, they all have their own names. You've got the Big Top stage, the Carousel stage, the Pendulum stage, and a bunch of themes for all the Juggalo parties. So, do you guys have any favorites, or do you guys want to just jump right into the drama and all the stupid kids, and you know, and how they they can't help themselves but to complain? I heard someone's complaining about Cannibal Corpse, but maybe that's the Cannibal Corpse fans and not the Juggalos. What's the animosity between Cannibal Corpse fans and Juggalos? Like, I have to ask.
I think it's metal fans in general, and that's why I kind of have a hate for the death metal fans. It's because, like, they're so stuck on their shit. It's like, it's only death metal, fucking nothing. Fuck Slipknot, you know, fuck Mushroom Head, Limp Bizkit, fuck all that shit. We're hardcore, we just want to listen to hardcore. Okay, dude, okay, you know. But yet you get knocked out in one fucking punch, you know. And it's so stupid because they're hurt that their favorite band is a little bit more open-minded than them. And it'll be like a middle finger to their fans that have narrow minds and say, look, we're not like you. You know, we're going to take this opportunity or whatever. They don't need to do it. Cannibal Corpse is big on its own. The guy from 6 Feet Under started out, then for whatever reason he left and George Fisher took over. But I've seen a lot of interviews with him, and he seems really down to earth, like a cool dude, besides the brutal lyrics that are in his music. But for the main part, it's their fans. They want to be, we're tough and we listen to the hardcore music, and I've never been that. I've always been, look, I like Cannibal Corpse, but I can listen to Slipknot and Mushroom Head and Korn and Limp Bizkit and all that. It's just,
All right, so it sounds like what you're telling me is that there's a breed of metal fan that has zero tolerance for anything that leans in the hip hop direction. Because
Yeah.
is it true that Mushroomhead has what rhymes in their songs, or is there?
Oh yeah. One of their frontman, J Man, was in a rap group called 216, I think, or something else. That might be the wrong name, but he was in a rap group.
Okay, well that's understandable because there's always a backlash from the metal scene. I'm interested to hear what Goat Boy has to say on this. You know, he could school us on this topic. He could probably make
he'd be a lot better than I would.
You're 100% correct that there's motherfuckers out there who are going to waste their time hating instead of appreciating the fact that Cannibal Corpse is coming to the gathering to play for fans at the gathering. And that's all it is. It's only stupid kids that try to throw a stigma on their favorite band to say that, like, oh, just because my favorite band is going to play at the gathering for those loser juggalos, that means fuck those loser juggalos for being in the presence of my favorite band. That you know what that sounds like to me? That sounds like some ignorant juggalo shit. Like, you know, I like ICP so much that I don't want all you whack, stupid newbies enjoying my shit. Get the fuck out of here. You know?
Hell yeah.
No new ninjas.
No new ninjas.
So, you know, there's hate on both sides. And if there's anyone out there on the Juggalo clique hating on Cannibal Corpse, that sounds so stupid, which leads me to the next hot topic on the bill, which is the serial killing records showing up at the gathering too. And I hear tell there's a bunch of juggalos out there who hate SKR or maybe Satanic Razakel, and you know, I've been seeing people petitioning to not throw shit. They want to protect their favorite artists. And what's the big deal? Why are people so fucking butthurt? Is it because it's a female lyricist getting some shine, or is it because SKR is on that Satan bullshit? Which, let's not even get me started on how irrelevant, you know, whatever type of bullshit they're on is when it comes to performing at the gathering. I'm pretty sure those dudes are juggalos. I know they have hatchetman tattoos. I've seen it, you know. But regardless of their status of juggaloism, they're underground rappers. They're wicked shit or horrorcore rappers. To me, it seems like it's a perfect fit. And anybody who's hating on SKR performing at the gathering is severely, severely, severely guilty of looking jelly. That's all I gotta say. What do you think, Chaos?
Well, there's these rumors going on that people are saying that Razakel got like her Hatchet Man or Hatch Girl tattoo covered up and stuff. There's just so much stuff going on that I don't even know about it. It's making me just scratch my head and go, huh?
Well, all right. Let's say she did get her Hatchet Man covered up. So fucking what? How is that anybody else's business? I mean, people think that a tattoo is carved in stone. Like, you can never change it, you can never cover it, remove it, add to it, decide that it's not for them. They don't want to have that on their skin anymore. You know, Johnny Richter is looking to get his Cottonmouth King tattoo removed from his entire torso. That motherfucker's got a KMK emblem
Really?
on his chest as big as this
I thought I heard
on my jersey. Now, of course, he left Cottonmouth Kings, and that's another fucking hot topic. Cottonmouth Kings and Johnny Richter are not getting along, and his Freaking Out album has some shots towards KMK. So I'm wondering if there's gonna be any possibility of a brawl that breaks out between KMK and Johnny Richter. I can't wait to see that shit on YouTube. It's going to be fucking awesome. And I just wonder if, you know, the Subnoise camp will show up to get Johnny Richter's back, right? If KMK are fucking stupid enough to fuck with him, all of a sudden La Coca Nostra and Mad Child are going to pop up.
The JCW Rare set it up.
What's going to be the highlight of the gathering? Is it going to be shit and rocks being thrown at SKR, or is it going to be a brawl between KMK and Subnoise, and maybe a few other camps can join in? I'm thinking just like the movie Anchorman, when all the different news stations show up, and they all got their different weapons. Strange Music shows up, and Tech-9 is there with his entire fucking crew. You got Hobson with all his boys. Everyone kind of comes and meets at the gathering, and they have this one big epic war.
I think the whole thing about SKR is they did kind of talk a little bit shit about Juggalos, that they didn't like it. But let's face it, some Juggalos are sheep. You know what I mean? They follow and not know what the fuck's going on, really. They have nowhere to go, so this is the cool thing to follow. So I could see why they wouldn't be attracted to that. But after reading the thing that, the interview that she did with Sugar Slam, which really made me want to listen to them again, is they're like, look, we didn't want that easy ride. We didn't want to slap a Hatchet Man on it and just have everybody come and listen. Because that's easy. I mean, let's face it, you throw a Hatchet Man on anything, they're going to look.
That actually backfires on a lot of motherfuckers. They slap a Hatchet Man on their shit, and it immediately becomes unauthentic because they're not on Psychopathic Records. And it almost, to a lot of people, comes off as a badge of mediocrity. You know what I mean? Just because repping that Hatchet Man, I guess it's on the flip side of that coin. It is cool when you see somebody who's independent and on their grinds, and when they show love. Like it was cool when Murs takes a picture of himself wearing the Juggalo T-shirt, puts it on Instagram. He's showing he's being a public Juggalo. He's not afraid to admit it. He's not all up in your face about it. He's not fucking whooping. He's not fucking, killing the word fam in conversation and social media. Know what I'm saying?
I mean, the other thing is that, I don't know if it's just me, but it seems to me that Juggalos have a lot, problems with girls just being on stage, period. I'm sorry, but when tits come out, the shit stops. The shit fucking stops, and I stare like a motherfucker. I mean, come on, man. What the fuck's wrong with
y'all? Juggalos have a specific taste. I mean, females in hip-hop in general is an uphill battle. So anybody who earned a spot on the Gathering lineup gets themselves a hell of a lot of promotion with the Gathering infomercial and all the publicity, Juggalos that show up at the Gathering. So then you got motherfuckers who don't want that easy ride, and they want to do it their own way. SKR doing things their own way is no different than anybody else doing things their own way. A lot of different camps showing up at the Gathering, as guests. I know a couple years ago or last year, Slain came to the Gathering, and even though I wasn't there, I was really hoping that Slain would have a good turnout and that he would have a good experience at the Gathering, so that he would come back and bring La Coca Nostra. And you know what? He did. That's fucking awesome that we got Slain. He's been on special teams. He's got a group coming out with Madchild called Supreme Villains. Obviously, La Coca Nostra is half House of Pain, and then you got Ill Bill, Danny Boy, DJ Lethal. Those guys, they don't have a Juggalo audience. Are you fucking kidding me? That's authentic hardcore hip-hop right there.
Oh, yeah.
That's that. If anything, La Coca Nostra coming to the Gathering is some serious hardcore hip-hop. All right, you talk about Cannibal Corpse. That should make any metalhead at the Gathering fucking happy as fuck. So forget what the haters have to say. Imagine what the hardcore hip-hop camp has to say. The ones that don't like that stupid Juggalo silly bullshit. I'm sure they got plenty to say. Do I hear it? No, I'm not listening. I'm not paying attention to those fucking small-minded people who probably aren't even at the gathering. If you're going to the gathering and you're actually complaining about a group performing at the gathering, you know how stupid you look? All you got to do is walk that way for 15 minutes and you'll not even be in earshot.
Exactly.
If you don't want to
so
see
much
them,
to
don't
do.
go to their fucking set. There's plenty of other things booked at the same time. And I know it seems silly that we got to tell you how to act when you don't like something at the gathering, but that's my point. Even if I don't give a fuck about Razakel and Siktanic, like, I'm not into that devil shit. I'm not into that Satan-worshipping horrorcore shit. I listen to horrorcore, but it's kind of a selective taste. Just like when I listen to metal, I don't listen to all metal. I don't. Maybe I'm a hip-hop snob. But to me, whack shit is not listenable, so I just don't listen to it. I don't dedicate my life to hating on it, following it around, concerning myself who they're performing for. And all the juggalos that come out to a show, that come out to the gathering, I'm just saying, being in their presence is not nearly as whack as reading comments under videos or, you know, surrounding yourself with the peanut gallery and listening to what all the stupid kids have to say. Half of those stupid kids don't even get their asses up to the show or to the gathering, where it's actually a vibe that is euphoric. You know, they talk about how it's, you know, it's heaven on earth at the gathering. It's because it's true. And it's been going on for so long now that, you know, it's actually referred to as a family reunion. People look forward to going to it because their lives suck. And the gathering is fucking awesome. Shut the fuck up. You're not happy? Like, if people didn't like Tila Tequila, they felt they had to throw shit, you know, that shows way more about them than it says anything about Tila Tequila. She showed her true colors after that shit went down, you know? But if anyone, like, we've already been through that. Now, you know, when motherfuckers get robbed at the gathering, what happens? Ninjas start to protect themselves. They start to hide in the trees and set up watches, you know? They're looking for thieves so they can catch them. And, you know, look what happened to that dude when they fucking destroyed his car. That was his payback for fucking being a thief. You know what I mean? It's like Lord of the Flies out there.
That became like a separate attraction at the gathering of the Juggalos. Who's gonna get fucked up, you know, this time for fucking up? Another thing that really bugged me is when they were throwing shit at Method Man and Redman and Ice Cube, and I was like, what the fuck's wrong with you motherfuckers? That's quality fucking music. Good quality music that you're gonna pay a lot more separately. Probably. I don't know their tickets, but I'm guessing that their tickets are pretty high priced because of who they are.
When they say that there's always a few bad apples in every bunch, that's the manifestation of that fucking cliche right there. That's horrible, but it's no less horrible if, you know, a rock gets thrown at King Gordy. He walked off stage, didn't finish his set because he was getting shit thrown at him. He's not at the gathering this year. Neither is his brother, Bizarre. But maybe that's because he wants to rape a juggalette at the gathering. So that might be why he's not booked this year. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, check out that new Jay Reno track featuring Bizarre with his super fucking funny and wicked line where he says he wants to rape a juggalette at the gathering. It must be so funny in his clique of, you know, weirdos. You know, in other words, he's saying he wants to fuck a juggalo at his own or at her own family reunion, because that's what a juggalette is. It's just a female juggalo, you know? I don't know. If anyone was going to get a rock thrown at him at the gathering, I'd say Bizarre was the one who deserves it the most. But he's not going to the gathering this year either. Don't throw shit at the gathering. Don't throw rocks. Don't throw fucking beer bottles or cans. You kidding? That's the quickest way to get your ass beat. Like, we're looking for it now. If you get caught throwing something and hurting a performer, you can get beat down so quickly you don't even know. So first of all, that's you living your life at a risk right there. You know, go to the gathering and pull some stupid shit. I don't know, man. You guys are fucking tough, and you're gonna come and, you know, fuck shit up. You're gonna fuck shit up. You're gonna fuck shit up for the crowd. You're gonna fuck shit up for the relationship between Psychopathic and the performer. I mean, there's a snake in the grass, you know? That's just wrong.
I remember when I went to Hatchet Attacks, and the ring was set up, so like, okay, you know, we're gonna get wrestling first. And it was the tag team match, the Ring Riders versus whoever the fuck. Well, one of the guys was standing on the ring, kind of bald or whatever the fuck he was, and everybody started throwing shit. And I had like a little bit of coke left or whatever the fuck bagel I had. And everybody just like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And I got caught up in it, so I threw it at the motherfucker. I hit him in the shoulder. If you watch the video, I'm one of the ones that hit him in the shoulder. And immediately after, I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, this dude's here to perform, and I got caught up in some little crowd moment and threw something at him. So immediately after I was do it again, I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. But I could see how people would get swooped up in it. It seems like something fun to do.
Well, let's just say that over the years, you know, a lot of different shit has been thrown at a lot of different people for a lot of different reasons. And a Juggalo show is a high-risk area. That's a fucking danger zone. Like, shit's gonna get thrown around. Maybe in other genres of music, it's not normal for shit to get thrown. And here I am playing devil's advocate. If you come perform for some Juggalos, you better be prepared to have shit thrown at you. Okay? But that being said, if you're throwing stuff with the intention of hurting, right? You're hucking a full can, that's not cool. Now, a full Faygo bottle, again, that's some Juggalo shit, and ICP is involved with it. So they're ready to get shit thrown at them because they're throwing shit back. You know?
The other reason why I didn't mind throwing it is because I knew that it was just a plastic bottle. It's not a rock. It's not a beer bottle or something. It's not gonna hurt. You know?
Dude,
and you're a wrestler, dude. If you can't take a bottle to the shoulder, then you're fucking up.
Come on, man. It's not like you got some quarters and you're like hucking them. It's not like you got batteries, you know, and you got a slingshot. Nothing like that. Come on. It's no big deal. One of my favorite things to do if I'm ever drinking, like, you know, I got like a nice little mixed drink at the venue. I'll drink that shit up, and I got a plastic cup full of ice. I love hucking that into the crowd. Whoever gets hit with that little cup of ice, it's going to give them a cheap thrill. Yee, you know? It's going to feel good. They're going to get a little wet, whether they like it or not, because they're in a Juggalo mosh pit. But I'm looking forward to, you know, this year's gathering as far as drawing an underground hardcore hip-hop fan base, some metalheads. There's not a lot of metal going on in this bill. But there is a lot of underground hardcore hip-hop that I think is metal influenced, you know? I mean, we do have Zug Island, we do have Motown Rage, Biohazard. That's pretty fucking sick.
That's crazy.
First time I ever seen Biohazard was back in like 1998. Might have been 99. It was like one of the first, second or third times I ever seen Twiztid perform. It was Twiztid and ICP, but Biohazard came on right before Twiztid. That was the shit. So, going back to the gathering, let me rattle off a few of the names that I'm familiar with. If anybody out there likes any of these bands, let us know. You're probably going to hear these guys get interviewed on Psychopathic Radio. I like how they're doing that. I like how they put out a calling for it on Faygo Lovers. So it's almost like the artists have to fucking initiate it themselves if they want to do it. Motherfucking Twisted Insane is going to be on the carousel stage. Head PE.
That's going to be dope.
Yep. Cypress Hill. That's pretty fucking awesome. Tech 9 as always. Let's see here. Looks like Scum's going to be there, playing on the Pendulum stage. And on the comedian stage, we got Joey Gay. Isn't that your dude, Panic?
No, hell no. Diaz, not gay. I have no idea who he is, but I was interested in the fact that they're gonna have fucking Gilbert Godfrey.
Gilbert Godfrey, hell yeah.
Gilbert fucking Godfrey. That's nuts. Just his voice alone is fucking crazy.
Gilbert Godfrey is a comedic icon. That's huge. Yeah, there's a bunch of artists that I recognize on the lineup. Bakelo, Crossworm, Freddie Grimes, Molly Gruesome, No Emotion, Goldmask, Smokehouse Junkies, Playboy the Beast, Mr. Licks, Mr. Gray, Insane Poetry, Insane Eric, Dirt E, Dark Half, Cryptic Wisdom, Ajax. I'd say that alone is a pretty good lineup as far as the underground is concerned. And there's more names that I didn't even recognize.
It's definitely a good lineup, I think. I mean, Twiztid, Insane, Dark Half. Those are two badass motherfuckers. It's gonna be along with fucking Biohazard and Cannibal Corpse and Zug Island. I mean, it's gonna be a good one, I think. And the fact that anyone's bitching at all, it's kind of dumb. Especially if they bought tickets.
Oh, people who bought tickets aren't bitching, and if they are, it's that pre-gathering jitters, they just run in their mouth, fucking diarrhea of the mouth. If they're actually going to be there at the gathering, they're going to have a fucking blast. You can have a blast at the gathering without all these motherfucking bands. I'm just saying you could. It's extremely helpful when you have a shit ton of bands, and that's kind of what music festivals are all about. But yeah, I think just maybe in the face of opposition, the looming gang labeling from the FBI, and the turn of events. Twiztid is now honorary family members, given hella respect and shine. They're dropping the new Dark Lotus album. They're going to perform. Riders are performing. Between those, the seminars, I would be extremely fucking stoked to see Legs Diamond and the Purple Gang live, because I'm a huge fan of that shit. Doesn't really matter how small that fan base is. A lot of haters, people that aren't feeling Sugar Slam, just like they're not feeling Razakel, or they're not feeling Molly Gruesome, or any other female MCs, But to me, it looks like Psychopathic is opening up their doors and expanding their minds a little bit, and including, like, this is something that people have been kind of asking for. Obviously, there are haters, but there's also people that really do want more of a female presence at the gathering. Let's not forget, it's not all about just those fucking introverted, fucking hardcore motherfuckers. It's also, let's face it, chicks. Chicks gotta be happy too. And if there aren't chicks happy at the gathering, it's not as fun. Trust me when I say that. Clown shows are fun, man. Juggalettes are fun. They can be. I mean, certainly not the ones that sit and fucking bitch online. Nobody is having fun, when they're bitching online. It's almost like that's why the internet is just a cesspool of fucking bullshit. But when you get your ass up and go to a show, that is an amazing experience, and it is what you make of it. You can sit like a wallflower and bitch about how you don't like who's opening up for your favorite band, or you could actually fucking just tune out the music and have fun with the people around you and actually have a party. And a lot of people do that. They come out of their shell. They go to shows. They jump in the mosh pit. They get turned down for what? The fuck, whatever. Whatever the kids are calling it these days. They're wilding out. And sometimes when you have an amazing experience at a concert, maybe you have more fun than you thought you were gonna. Maybe somebody surprises you with their performances. And a lot of these fucking underground names, I know who they are. I just rattled off a ton of names, but I haven't seen hardly any of them perform live. A few of them I have. A few of these guys are longtime Juggalos. I've seen them at the Gathering even when they weren't performing. Smokehouse Junkies have been performing at the Gathering for a minute. Freddie Grimes. Insane Eric is actually the motherfucker who makes those Juggalo coloring books. That's him. He draws and he raps. And he's closely affiliated with Twiztid. He does a lot of shows with them. He's done a lot of, New Year's Evils.
I don't want to take it off subject, but did you already do that packaging or whatever you're gonna do?
Yep, that was the first thing we did.
What'd you get?
I got the Live in Fort Lauderdale Twiztid DVD,
shit.
the Long and Crooked Road DVD.
Oh yeah.
Because just watching a pirated version online wasn't enough. I gotta own that shit. And then I got the CD casket cuts.
Oh shit.
So now I got it on cassette and CD. And I was telling Chaos before, it sounds like it's all broken and shit. It's like, floating around because the jewel case is fucking destroyed. So it's all right. It's a loss I'm taking. Oh yeah. And then I got these Twiztid wraps.
Oh shit.
I got 2 packs, and I can't wait to use them.
That's fucking dope.
The For the Fan Volume 2 T-shirt and mixtape CD didn't come.
Oh yeah, is that already out or?
I don't know, man. I don't know if they ran out or if they just. I don't know what the deal is. Maybe they didn't have my T-shirt size. Maybe they ran out of CDs. So I'm either going to get another package or I'm going to get reimbursed. I'm not sure which is going to come to fruition. That was kind of the whole reason why I made the purchase too, because they were doing that combo T-shirt and CD. So I really wanted the CD, and I was like, T-shirt would be a bonus.
Hell yeah.
But no T-shirt, no CD. There's really nothing else on the Gathering tip that I got here. Yeah, so anyways, how about that Godzilla?
I've heard half and half. I've heard that it was good, and I've heard that it wasn't that good. I haven't seen it though.
If you know what to expect from a Godzilla movie, you're gonna like it. But if you've never seen a Godzilla movie, you don't know what the message behind Godzilla is, then you probably won't like it or get it.
So you're saying that Godzilla has an underlining message like Night of the Living Dead? Is it some sort of like socio-economic political message, or... I never understood those Godzilla movies. I thought they were just stepping on buildings and squashing them like bugs. And
well, the message behind this, and this is like the original, it's supposed to like show the message of what happens if we keep messing with nuclear weapons, if you try to control nature and stuff, which you never should. It was created out of the minds of the Japanese after Hiroshima. That's where it kind of was influenced by. And with all that testing we were doing in the Pacific during the 50s, bombs and stuff. Because atomic bombs cause a lot of damage. A lot of people get cancer from that shit. They have to deal with radiation their whole life.
Well, thank you for putting that in context.
That makes it sound like a lot fucking better. Like, I remember watching it here and there whenever I was younger. Didn't Godzilla face like a butterfly or some shit like that? Something flying? Or a moth? I don't know.
Well, like I said, the movies, some of the movies got cheesy as they progressed, but some of those movies are meant to be serious. Like the original for a 50s movie, it's really dark and serious.
Yeah, man. Fear the butterfly. Imagine if you saw that thing stomping down your road.
I mean,
Forget about it.
I mean, when you go watch the movie, just pay attention to a lot of the stuff they're saying, like especially the Japanese guy in the movie, like the connection he has with it and stuff.
Uh-huh. There you go.
I saw something on Facebook that they actually think our Godzilla is fat. The Japanese are like, man, that Godzilla's fat.
I know, it's like, really? Seriously?
You know, they're blaming it on McDonald's. You know, it's like Godzilla's overweight from eating that nuclear food.
Dude, like, I walked into my local McDonald's, and I swear to God, dude, it smelled like fucking grease. Like grease were just like, you know, smudged on the wall or some shit. It smelled like nothing but grease when I walked in there. I'm like, yeah, but of course I bought something anyways, and it didn't taste good. Monsanto or Gmos or whatever the fuck.
Thank you to everybody for watching Carnival Spirits. Leave your love and leave your hate below. We will catch you next time. And, yeah, always remember to fuck the fuck off.
Yep. See you later.